Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the review for the new Gabriel Jesus card for FIFA 23. With this card, guys, we're taking a look at someone who has 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, while being a person who has a high work rate with a unique body type. So the unique body type definitely could be a very nice thing to have, especially for the beginner squads, with him being 16k on the market. With this card, guys, on the Hunter chemistry style, we're going to be taking a look at someone who has very good pace and very good shooting capabilities. Now, a few things that we're going to have to take a look at is whether or not the weak foot is going to be a huge nuisance on the card, because it's going to be very important to take a look at. Because, man, I'm telling you guys this right now, bro. I've been using players this year with a 4-star, 5-star weak foot. That 5-star weak foot this year is crazy, bro. Okay, I have like Diogo Jota as like a cam and Ben Yedder as a striker. When I tell you guys it makes a really nice difference in your team, whew, it's beautiful, okay? But Gabriel Jesus, we'll test him out anyways, because it's very interesting that he has the high work rate, okay? Because playing as one of the strikers, center forward, right wing, depending on where you want to use them in game, that's a variable that you have to look at, because it kind of allows you to use a card like this in any of the attacking positions, which is good, because the way that we will be using him in game will be both 2 striker formation, 1 striker formation, and then switching him to the sides is not really relevant because I need to see what he's like pushing through the middle and all that kind of stuff, right? But Gabriel Jesus, with the pace, shooting being the way that it is, very nice. Passing is okay. It is a card you mainly want to use as a striker with those passing stats. I was currently using him in the 4-2-3-1 mainly, right? And using him at striker with somebody else who was also high was not a terrible combination to work with, okay? So we're going to be showing that a few times with this card. Dribbling with him, he's in the mid 80s, low 90 area for the agility. So for the way that this game kind of plays out nowadays, it's a pretty decent area. You don't have to improve it. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. Defensive stats, he has a 78 heading accuracy if you actually want to win the ball in the air, which is not really going to be his play style, really. Like, you'll maybe be able to get it sometimes, but not really a Gabriel Jesus thing to do. And then that's pretty much it. Player traits in game, he has a technical dribbler and CPU. It's a CPU AI trait and flare trait. So yeah, we'll see how this card plays in game. Hopefully he's a beast. No, we hit the post there. No way, man. Gabriel Jesus tracking back. Gotta wait for those openings there.
I've been a little disappointed with their attacking play. It's all been a bit too slow. If they can pass it into their front areas with more quality, switch play quicker, and be more positive.
Oh, that should be a goal. That deserves a goal. Nice. The ball roll still works. Needed that. Good goal, Gabriel.
He's given the ball away unnecessarily. Might it be Gabriel?
Nice. Just had to work that near post angle there with Gabriel. Good stuff. Go, Gabriel! Work the space, my boy. Let's go, boys. On delay. Yeah, you got to go for that first time touch. You got your striker making that run, you got to go for that first time touch. Nice. Let's go, Gabi.
They certainly deserve it. They've been excellent.
Mascherano showing good vision.
Oh, I try to get like a chip shot there. Yet again, guys, another recording that we messed up on when it came to the music, so we're just gonna go ahead and commentate over it. It's okay though, because it's Jesus, it's an attacker, and he ended up working out really well for me. Guys, with this card, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's like I'm probably gonna mention at the end here, right? It's a card that is really nice to be used in certain ways, right? Because of the fact that this card has high work rates, it is fantastic to be able to use him in the right attacking position, potentially right mid area as well, because it's a card that can push forward, come back. He has really good pace stats and stuff too. And you notice it on a lot of different occasions here where he makes this aggressive run for me. I make the one pass, I go for a first time finish, and he does pretty well for me, you know? The thing about some of the finishes that you'll see me not do that I should be doing more often is gonna be in the, it's gonna be in the left trigger shots, right? So when it comes to the shooting across goal, guys, I'm telling you this right now, okay? It doesn't matter if you have the trait or not. If you have the trait, it's even better, okay? I'm not gonna say that it isn't. But if you don't have the trait, and even if you do have the trait, they just hit the ball so well across body, okay? So let's say, for instance, I'm right-footed, I'm on the right side, I wanna shoot it across goal. It's brilliant to take the strike that way. The reason why I know this is because of my boy Adam. Every time I streamed, every time I took a shot, he's like, why aren't you using the L trigger? Why aren't you using the L trigger? Because there's certain shots that I was hitting, I'm like, oh, it's unfortunate that I hit the post there. But if I use the L trigger shot, it's like, dude, the best example of this is, you know how in last year's game, I kept explaining to you guys, like, hey, you know the outside foot shot trait? You know how when you take the strikes across goal, they actually end up coming off better when you have that trait? You're not even necessarily going for that actual shot, but they just hit the ball better across body. Dude, it's like I have that ability just by holding L trigger. It's insane. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely insane, right? So situation like this, we create some small spaces here and there. Again, defensive AI, when it comes to shooting against them, it's inconsistent. Like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be some shots that you take where the defensive AI is going to save the opportunity, and then there's gonna be moments where they don't, right? So situation like that, we ended up getting a left-footed strike with Gabriel Jesus, so it is possible to score with, but you can obviously see that I have kind of like that right angle against the goalkeeper for me to be able to hit it that way to begin with, right? What was very beneficial with the Gabriel Jesus card was obviously the fact that he feels pretty agile, right? It's a card, like I said, that is very helpful to have in the beginning of the year, especially if you're new to the game, right? Because he doesn't cost too much coins. His dribbling for how the game kind of plays out is pretty solid to work with. Like, it's very helpful to have players that can do those small little quick touches to be able to score those opportunities. Me just kind of working with these little small passing angles, but it all kind of started from Gabriel Jesus kind of making those small little movements in that side position to kind of get that one little passing angle, right? The shot cancel is not super helpful, so don't use that too much. Try to use like the R1, L1 dribbling, and you'll be in a good position this year. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Gabriel Jesus card. So guys, in regards to how this card performs in game, we gave him the Hunter chemistry style, definitely the one that makes the most sense, especially from people choosing it through Footbin. Here's the thing about this card, okay? I will say that for me personally, you guys know how I am with the attacking AI stuff, right? I do prefer different types of players playing in the striker position to utilize space a certain way. His playstyle is a little bit different, right? Because for me personally, again, you can use him as a lone striker. If you have like the high work rated card next to him or like a good cam next to him, it's not bad to work with whatsoever because he still makes some pretty solid runs. For me personally though, right, I prefer players this year, I guess just like last year, that move a certain way on the pitch, like this card. He has a high-low work rate. I think that for me personally, that if a card is mainly playing in the striker position, having the high-low work rate, high-medium work rate is probably going to be a preferential thing for a lot of people. What I will say, however, is that like how versatile this card is, right? Because you don't have to only play him as a striker. It's actually very beneficial, right? That you can apply the Hunter chemistry style on this card, and he can play in the side positions. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to play him as a cam in a team, or I wanted to play him as a ram, right? So let's say if I were to play him in a 4-2-3-1 and I play him in that ram position, he could totally play there. The stamina's in a decent area, the pace is there, the shooting is there. That's how I would utilize the card more. If you can have a striker, one card that we didn't try out this year just yet, but we'll get to it eventually, is this Erling Haaland card, right? Because he's like 200k right now on the market. This card is also someone, oh, he doesn't have a high. Ooh, that's a really big deal. That's a really big deal. I didn't know that. So that high medium is very interesting. I did not know that. I gotta try out that card eventually. But yeah, Hunter chemistry style on Gabriel Jesus with the high. Like I said, I prefer a different work rate with the way that the players move on the pitch, right? It's very noticeable this year as well. But like I said, if you're not intending to only use him as a lone striker, the fact that you can rotate him into different positions is nice. I will say, however, the weak foot, it's a big deal this year. I think it's a really big deal for being able to take some power strikes across goal and stuff. Like I even noticed this with like Sterling's weak foot too when we get to that point. But yeah, you want to try to have players that have like a 4-star weak foot unless their shooting is completely crazy. With the Holland card, did they give him a weak foot? Let's see if they gave him a weak foot. 3-star weak foot. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. But his shooting for base card stats is really high. It's really high, and he's more physical oriented, so I feel like it could be a really big deal. Because I think a lot of people are probably still giving him the engine, maybe. Are they giving him an engine? I don't know. Is it engine mostly? Yeah. Because people say this card is crazy. Gabriel Jesus, though, guys, for 16k, honestly, you can't go wrong with it. 16k, I think, or 17k right now. 17k, you can't go wrong with this card like this in the striker position, because if you actually took a look at the comparisons in the Premier League for the price, right? Premier League here, striker, well, I would say attackers, but it's mostly center forward strikers. So let's see. So obviously we have like the top tier cards. Diogo Jota, I love in the cam position. He's so good, honestly. He's such an amazing card. Phil Foden, Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy doesn't look too bad this year either. Looks like he looks all right to use. Let me see the price though. 38k, 7.8k, 17k, 10k, 21k for Wilfred Zaha. I heard Wilfred Zaha is actually pretty decent this year. I heard he was. High work rates is definitely a plus too, because you can actually use him in that side area. Left mid center forward. You can actually start him as a center forward. Interesting. Because if I were to try out this card, I would actually put him at left mid, and then I'd switch Sterling off to the right side. I could totally do that, right? But then at the same time, I don't have a 4-star weak foot at the very least to play on either side. It's really nice to have strong foot on the strong side as much as possible, just like most of the other years, right? But Marcus Rashford, left mid striker. Yeah. For the links that he offers with Arsenal, Brazil, and Premier League, you can't go wrong with it. Honestly, we scored a few goals with him, and he actually performed really well for me, so didn't mind him whatsoever. Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.